Hey, how's everybody doing? How are you doing out there in Facebook world? Wait a few minutes and see if we can get some people to get on here. Wanted to talk about Monsanto and the verdict against Monsanto. Just the other day, Monsanto was found guilty, and they were fined, and a guy was awarded $289 million verdict for Monsanto conspiring to keep hidden some of the findings regarding Roundup and their product, their weed killer product that they use out on crops and whatnot. Uh, the great thing about it is they were found guilty about this. They've been hiding this for a long time. They're an extremely corrupt corporation. You can look at their history. They're responsible for Agent Orange, and which means they're responsible for hundreds, millions, potentially thousands. I shouldn't say millions, but thousands, tens of thousands of cases of cancer and neuropathy and all kinds of debilitating problems. Agent Orange is one of the worst ways to get neuropathy. It's one of the most difficult ways to solve difficult causes of neuropathy to help solve. But Monsanto was found guilty just the other day of. They were found guilty in the court of law because it was proven that they hid evidence that their product causes cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma specifically. And then right now there are 4,000 other lawsuits that have been pending and waiting to see how this went, to see if they could take these other cases to court. So this one verdict where where the gentleman won $289 million does not mean that Monsanto is going to go down. It doesn't. It's a big win. It's a big win for that guy. It's a big win for anybody else there where this type of thing is pending, and their families and their lives have been affected. People have even obviously died from the effects of these types of chemicals in our environment. But this $289 million verdict, I'd like everybody to understand that is a drop in the bucket. This is a multi billion dollar company. They were recently bought out by Bayer Pharmaceuticals. One of the reasons that is theorized why they were bought out is because Monsanto is such a bad name. So with a bad name and such bad press, it's difficult to keep their products on the market when everybody hates you. So essentially, Bayer bought them out, and they still have all their corporate structure as a company, as Monsanto as a company. But Monsanto, the product Roundup is it's obviously something. It's a weed killer, right? But it also has antibiotic properties, and it kills soil microbes. And it has now been found out that it actually contributes to antibiotic resistance in human beings. So when we have all these problems with antibiotics going on now in our environment, in our hospitals and things like that, and we're struggling to try to find solutions to try to help solve these antibiotic resistant infections. Research is showing that Monsanto and Roundup is actually contributing to that. So one of the things that they're scientists and all their billions and billions of dollars and trying to have these things be hush hush, is it's really rewarding to see that some justice has come to fruition on this. Now, Monsanto has come out and they said that they're going to fight it. They're going to put this in appeals, and it may be that guy doesn't live long enough, unfortunately, to see this thing through. Hopefully his family can follow this through, and the attorneys that are on his side can see this through so that something can be done to make sure that this company is brought down and they're brought to some justice for the crimes they've committed, really crimes against humanity. If you really look into this company and how corrupt and crooked they are and how bad their products are for our environment, for humanity, and for living organisms as a whole, they really should be on trial for mass murder at this point, if you ask me. And I know that might be I know that might be a pretty broad statement, but that's what I believe, and so I'm going to say so. I just want to get out there and let people know that this is really a win for humanity, but they have billions and billions of dollars. They're going to keep this locked up in appeals, but there's 4,000 other cases that are pending. that show that there are so many people ready to take this company to court and hopefully win. Now, I don't think that these people are looking for a financial windfall here. I think they're trying to look for some justice in that so many people suffer from cancer from these medications. So, uh, my voice is playing on a phone in the background. It's a little disturbing. So, when we have so many people, a lot of people like our page and follow us now on Facebook because they understand that our mission is to help drive people away from drugs and surgery. And this particular company, Monsanto, I want you to understand if you're taking if you're eating things that are laden with pesticides and chemicals that affect your metabolic function, the definition of metabolism, you can look this up in the dictionary. Definition of metabolism is how fast your body can repair. Now, there's also a definition that says how fast you can turn food into living, healthy tissue. But one of the main definitions of metabolism is how fast your body can repair. So if you're in pain and you're suffering, you have nerve damage, you have muscle or ligament or tendon damage, or maybe you have some arthritis, and you're trying to get your body to repair, just understand that Monsanto, the chemicals in these pesticides and the foods that we're eating, they are going to affect your metabolism. They are going to affect how well your body heals. And so it's going to affect your level of suffering. So this is something everybody should be paying attention to. We talk about, so many people that commented on our neuropathy videos. I said when they changed their diet, it significantly impacted their health in a positive way. And they noticed when they ate poorly, if they ate too much grain, if they ate too much sugar, it affected their pain levels in a negative way. Well, a lot of that comes from what are the toxic levels of pesticides and chemicals in your diet and in your food. So if we have these toxic levels of pesticides and chemicals in our food, and that's what you're consuming, it's going to affect your pain levels because it's going to affect your metabolism. And again, metabolism being how fast you repair your body. So if you want to, the point being is this verdict is going to positively impact so many people if we could see this through and get these companies to stop putting crap in our food and in the things that we, hi Amanda, and in the things and beverages that we drink. Your body, we've all heard this saying, you are what you eat. It's fundamentally true. We eat things that used to be alive, we break them down into the basic building blocks, and then we build them back up again into hopefully what is living healthy living tissue. You can't really build a healthy living tissue out of Coca-Cola and pesticides, right? So if you want to be healthy, you want to be well, you want to reduce your pain levels, you want to try to get off medications, you want to stop taking things like gabapentin, right, or tramadol, or the even worse, the opioid pain medications. You need to watch your diet. You need to avoid these chemicals in your environment, food. Eat organically whenever possible. There's almost no way of getting corn in the United States anymore that is not chemically laden or genetically modified, I should say. The big thing about having genetically modified foods is a lot of times, and a lot of people don't know this, they think that we modified our foods genetically so that we can expand crop yield. So that in 1 acre of, say, 1 acre of farmland, we can get more crops from 1 acre. That's only partially true. One of the main reasons we genetically modify our food is so that the food can, or the crops can become resistant to the chemicals we're putting on it. So that when we put the chemicals on the food